Welcome to 11:11 Pacific Time, Live with Love daily, most days. And what's this channel about? This channel is about connecting to your heart, connecting to that which is the trueness of you. We rarely get times in our day to just kind of take a moment and just breathe, right? And yet we breathe constantly. Sometimes it's a full breath, and a lot of times it's a shallow breath. So I have a little friend with me here today. I'm with a friend, and I don't know if you can see her, but this is Maisie. She might actually join us over here, so you might get a better look at her in a little bit. Anyway, a lot of the time on this channel, we connect and we breathe. Oftentimes messages come through depending on what's kind of coming up. And I'm always relating what's kind of coming up in my personal field. And recently it's been some heavy stuff. We don't usually talk about such heavy things. And I was asking that question. There was one day, so catch those previously recorded lives. They're in my videos. And there was one day that the subject matter came up of boundaries. And I gave a little example of how I stood up for myself and just kind of held some healthy boundaries and let another person know where that line was. And then we talked about a little bit how to apply that in your life. Just the other day, another heavier subject came up, that of narcissism, narcissistic tendencies, either in yourself or other people in relationships that you've had, or maybe other different mental dissonances that have come up that you've seen in your life, things you can recognize. Because I had a question about that. Like, is it hopeless? Is there, I think I put it this way, is there an energetic light at the end of the energetic tunnel for ones that have gone through such wounds that those type of coping mechanisms have come up for them in life? And today we're talking about death. But not as heavily as we did the previous subjects. And I'm just kind of waiting for people to kind of get online and get the notification before I go into it further. But let's just talk a little bit about death. What I thought was a little odd was I was just telling a friend of mine, this class that I'm currently attending online in November had to do with the womb and a gestation period occurring. We know that generally when there's a birthing that's going to happen, there's around 9 months happening of a gestation period of preparation. And I felt those energies of the womb, of the mother, of nurturing, of preparation. And I was traveling at this time across from Colorado to Mount Shasta with a friend of mine. And that friend was leading me to all these different types of hot springs, free hot springs. We did go to like a paid one, but this friend was leading me to all these different hot springs on our journey, all the way up through Utah and over to Mount Shasta. And it was incredible. I loved it. It was like one of those adventures I will always remember. But I had that feeling of the womb, these hot springs that we were going to. There were these small caves. And as I was in this cave and I was playing around with the clay and I was making designs on the walls with the clay, I was actually making hearts. And just wanting to add to the energy of the cave, right? And so in November, nurturing, hello everybody, great to see you. I'm just kind of waiting as people get on a little bit. And let me turn my light back on for you. And so in November, I was in that class also, and it was talking about the womb and the nurturing and the preparation. And I felt the energy as I traveled. By the time I got to Mount Shasta, it was occurring there too. There was that wanting to, my soul was wanting to connect more to the mother, to the earth, to the land. And I could feel it there as I was connecting to the mountain and Lake Siskiyou that's there. It's a beautiful lake. Just swimming out to the middle and like being able to see the mountain and feel the energy of the mountain, and then go up on the mountain as well. I was doing yoga on the very top of Mount Shasta, not the peaks, but like the very top where you're able to park, right? And by December, this same class was taking us, everything that we had nurtured within ourselves in November was now taken into a different place of a gestation of that 9 months before we were giving birth. Giving birth to what? Giving birth to the soul that you are. That ability to embody more of our soul aspect and make space for that in the body. That's what we were working on in December with this particular class I was in. And now we're in the death code. And it's funny, it's called the death code because a couple days ago, some of that was coming in. I had parked next to a cemetery. There were like little signs in my reality that were showing me that had to do with death, passing, or the releasing of something old, right? And resurrection also came up, by the way. And it turns out that the following class is going to be about resurrection. I guess she channels Archangel Raphael. And currently she is channeling Vishnu. And I did not know a lot about Vishnu at all. And I didn't know about the sacred mountain that is in India that is just below Mount Everest, but is not talked about very much and is very mysterious. I looked up a video yesterday and I think I'll post it in the details. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Do pay attention to when these do come up and they're recorded later on, because I put a lot of great links about things I talk about, or things are just like interesting, or a really good song that you might like. Right now I have a frequency in the background. What is that frequency?
741.
741 hertz, and it has to do with releasing negativity, possibly toxicity, I think it said.
Releasing toxic.
How do I identify? I identify as love. Nice to meet you. So what we kind of get into here is breath work. Sometimes there's a little bit of a journey. Sometimes it's a meditation. And currently, all these heavy things have been coming up. And we think, okay, we're done at the end of the new year, right? So yeah, we did our New Year's resolutions. We're good, we're done, right? And sometimes people will go back to their normal lives. And other people will kind of hold on to that resolution and be like, okay, what did I want to bring that was new, the new you, into that new year? How do we do that? And are we going to stick to it? Are we not going to stick to it? Do we have a discipline? The word discipline came up the other day when I talked about habits and patterns, having some sort of practice in your day that reunites yourself with you. So what we end up talking about and where we're going with this now, those heavy subjects that have come up previously this week, I was like, whoa, that's deep. It's so deep. It's so deep. I was going to juggle for you guys as I was waiting for more people to go on. Look, I look like I'm a magician, right? I just start like doing some of this, right? Where I start like putting in some of this, and then I start pulling out an orange one and it turns from blue to orange. Before I got on here, there was a lot going on and I was like, ooh, I feel like I need to blow off some steam. There's been some heavy topics lately. I was thinking, I'm just gonna juggle for everybody. I got these juggling scarves. I love to juggle, juggling balls and pins. I've only started with the pins. But anyway, this is what I'm trying to show you, that spirituality does not have to be so serious, although we've had some heavy topics. Meet my friend, by the way. She's finally popping up. Maeve? No. Maisie. This is Maisie. Maisie, can you say hi? Can you say hi, Maisie? Look at this. I think she likes the scarves. Do you like the scarves? She just likes to love me, really. She wants to love on love. I am Love. Pleased to meet you. If you haven't been before, here at 11:11 Pacific time, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Maisie's gonna join us today. Okay, show my hidden talents. Perhaps tomorrow I will juggle for you. Today, we're still kind of on the heavier subject, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. There are heavinesses that come up for us daily in life, and we can't just sweep them underneath the rug, right? They need to be acknowledged, they need to be seen. This is what helps move the energy through us instead of getting stuck in our nervous system. Recently, I've been thinking about offering in my community that I'm developing somatic dance. Have you guys ever heard of somatic dance? It's something I've been doing all my life, especially when I was feeling the most just a little down or feeling like deflated. I would put on a really good song and just jam to that song, right? And apparently that's part of somatic dance. All the movements that we do when we dance are connected to different parts of our nervous system, our vagus nerve, and helps relieve different things in our body. I love it. So that's one thing you might see on this channel. I've danced for you guys a couple times, but it had more to do with light language, just coming out in a different way. Okay, so great to have you all here. Just taking a quick look at the comments.
They're very weird comments.
Right? Got my other friend, she's hanging out with me here. She's like gonna be my moderator. Saw you guys behave yourselves. Should kick you out of here. I love that you guys are all joining me. It's awesome. All right. And I lost my light again. I don't think this light really matters. Do you guys think it matters? I mean, it's nice. Okay. So here we are together again with Maisie. And what I want to bring up to you guys, because there's been these heavy topics, there's been coping mechanisms, what happens when people have to cope from severe type traumas from early childhood, right? And we talked about a little bit about how narcissism can come up, personality disorders can come up. These are all ways that a child from a young age is trying to cope. And if they don't get addressed, those things show up in adulthood as well. And even those that have mild type versions of it still have, something, the shadows. I'll call them the shadows of energy that we look at. Hello, guys. So the releasing, and I thought it was, here, I'll say this, sorry, I'm like, what? So I thought it was really weird in this class to go from that gestation period where we were like preparing for like the birth of the new, coming into the new year. And then we actually gave birth at the end of the new year to the new you that you are now. And now I'm in this class where it's a death code. And I'm like, wait a second, didn't we just give birth? How did we get straight to death when we just gave birth? But it doesn't have to do with the birth of a being. It has to do with, or the death of a being. It has to do with the death of things that are no longer us. And we talked about habits, patterns, those things that don't belong to anymore, that you're still hanging on to. Are you still hanging on to them? Because it's time to let them go. If you haven't let them go at the end of the year, this is your chance now, January, February, March. This area right now before spring, this time of the winter, the darkness, at least where I am on this earth plane, is a time for releasing and apparently death. So this morning in the class, I had some ash on here when I first got on, And I was like, wow. My friend asked me, she's like, is that for Ash Wednesday? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. And I had some ash right here because during the class, we all went through an energetic death. We were taken through kind of these travels to Mount Kailash. Kailash? Kailash. See, I have it written on my hand so I can remember. Mount Kailash. And what I found out about the sacred mountain, and this is just really cool for me because being in Mount Shasta for a while, maybe some of you know that Mount Shasta is said to have a fifth dimensional city of light within it where it's a place for Lemurians. In the beginning, in the Bible, no, in the very beginning, there were Atlanteans and Lemurians, and there were ones before them as well. But in Mount Shasta, they're known for the Lemurians, which is more of the feminine aspect. And then you got the Atlanteans that are more of the masculine aspect of technology and the doing, right? Whereas the feminine's more of the being, right? And more of the nurturing. So here we have Mount Kailash in India. And there is this energetic being that looks over the mountain. And the video that I'm going to post down below when this is done recording, you're going to love, because this guy was really interesting. It talked about China bringing a helicopter up there and what happened to the helicopter, because climbers don't go there. Even though people climb Mount Everest all the time, we have climbers that go to Mount Kailash, and they're not permitted. And it's not like they're not permitted by their government. Sometimes the government has permitted, but like the mountain, the energetic field of the mountain is not allowing humans to come to the mountain, at least not yet. There are different things that have occurred to people who have gone that haven't been so great. So it's pretty amazing. All right, so what I wanted to do today was I wanted us to breathe together. It's been a couple days. We've done a few areas of breath work, small things to just kind of release some of the heavy topics that we were talking about. Today, I'm going to invite you to invite death in. Yes. Not the guy with the sickle and is like, ha ha ha. But I'm going to invite you to just feel into, what if today was your last day? We ask this all the time, and this came up in my class today about the question of, who am I? Who are you? When I say that, who are you? What do you feel? Take a moment and just breathe with me. Shall we? Okay, let's begin. So if you're able to, and you're in a place that you can close your eyes, that you can put your hand on your heart, possibly a hand on your lower belly, below your navel, please do so. This just helps connect the right hand, the masculine, to the heart, the left hand, the feminine side, to the womb, nurturing, and just kind of gets you present. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a version of what I got to go through today in my class, because I feel like it's very valuable. So take a deep breath. Tune into your breath. Tune into your heartbeat. And I want you to picture a golden thread. It is descending through your cosmic star, your cosmic soul, just above your crown, all the way through, golden thread. Now this thread could be very thin, it could be thicker, it could envelop your whole body in the thread if you like. And just have that thread of gold energy coming down through the top of your head, through your third eye, lighting up your eyes, lighting up your ears, lighting up your throat. Here we are activating the eyes of God, the ears of God or Source, the speech of the all that there is. Take a deep breath. Hold and release. Can you feel your heartbeat? Now have that golden thread travel down through the navel chakra, continuing down through the root chakra, and then traveling down your legs, maybe spiraling, going in and out and weaving throughout those legs, all the way down through your ankles, the bottoms of your feet, your toes, sending that thread all the way deep, deep, deep down into the earth, through the layers. You've seen many layers from the sides of a mountain. Go through all those layers down to the very core of earth, into the center, into the crystalline caves, and just kind of spread those roots from that point on out around the crystals, out through the trees, the roots of the trees, connecting, breathing, breathe in and breathe out. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you sync your heartbeat to that of the mother, the earth? Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the energetic tautness of this root system. Know that you are secured, you are anchored, and you are loved. Connecting to the elemental kingdom, the ascended angelics, the ascended masters, the ascended star beings. Breathe in and breathe out. And now take a journey with me to India. Breathe in and picture yourself going down a dirt road. And as you're walking down this dirt road, you notice the mountain, this great mountain in the mountain range of the Himalayas. You breathe in the cold mountain air. Breathe in and breathe out. Possible snow flurries in the air, snow all around you. You stop and you take a moment to look at your feet. And you notice the boots, the furry boots. You look at your hands and notice the gloves, your arms, a warm, fuzzy jacket. You have all the tools you need for this journey, keeping you warm, breathing in the fresh air of the mountain. A mountain that you know holds many mysteries. And at the top of the mountain is Vishnu, a blue being that oversees the mountain, that is there, silent. Although he is silent, you get the impression that he is welcoming you there. He knows why you have come. There is a part of your journey that is a part in which you acknowledge the shadows you've had and the shadows that you would like to release. As you continue along this dirt path, you notice that there is a drop-off to the right of you. And as you are here, you notice that all that are gathered with you here on this live, who are here for the replay, are also joining you, as they are here too to shed that which no longer serves them. They are ready to walk the walk of death, release, to make space for what is new. It is an incredible sight, this vast, snowy mountain range and the mountain itself. Take a deep breath. As you all look over the edge, it is quite far, and down below is a beautiful river of turquoise. The sky is blue today, and as you look at the river, you would think that you were in the jungle, and yet you are in the mountains of the Himalayas. The mountains of the Himalayas, they hold many mysteries. And there are people who come here to be close to these energies. There are people, monks, that come and they hold the energies, and they come and they hold the ceremonies and they pray, and they will be joining you today, you will see. But take a moment and look down this huge trench into the waters below. One misstep, and there you go. But you are safe, and you know that you are safe. So you continue along your journey towards the mountain to the plateau. And as you journey closer and closer, you get a sense of that time is different here. That it is not what it is in every other place of the earth. Vishnu holds this portal and holds the time, if you will, here. What would normally take days will only happen for you in just moments. As you arrive at the base of the mountain, there is a door. Not many can pass through this door, but Vishnu is here to greet you, because Vishnu can be in many different places at once, still at the top of the mountain, holding the space, and down here with you and everyone else now. He greets you, and although he is silent, you get the impression of the greeting. And he asks, "Who are you?" He asks that you not allow your mind to answer. He asks that here on this journey, you simply breathe into your heart and wait for the answer to come. For you will be taking a journey around the base of the mountain. And again, this will only take moments for you, for time does not exist here in the same way. Again, he asks, "Who are you?" Who are you? Breathe. And just allow yourself to sit with this question. It is an age-old question of who am I? Again, you hear the voice as you begin to walk. Who are you? Who are you? Breathe. And as you walk around this mountain, you breathe and you feel. Nothing to do but feel as you walk around this mountain. Snow around you, breathing in the cool air. There is a pack that you have brought, a pack that will be releasing the items that you've brought with you. And as you're walking, these items are drifting out. These items are that of criticism, lack, sadness, depression, anger, confusion, fear, uncertainty. You allow all of these and many others that arise in your awareness now. You allow them to float and drop out, dropping to the ground, knowing that the earth will absorb and transmute these. And still you walk, breathing, feeling. Who am I? Who am I? Breathing, feeling your heartbeat. Allow the answer to come. You are now mostly around the mountain. And as you come around, there is another cliff edge. You come and you stand, and with one breath, you drop to the ground. Your body is now laying, no movement, no breath. And yet, you are observing from above this body. You are here in spirit form, in energy, a soul. you look at your body on the ground and just observe. Observe all the personalities, all the identities that you have maintained because of others or because you yourself gave yourself an identity. Someone that is other than who you truly are. Breathe in. You also notice that those who've been on the journey with you are also dropping their physical skin bodies, their avatars on the ground, releasing who they were. And as you witness this shocking display of each one falling to the ground, you know that you are safe. Each one that has dropped to the ground, you also see their soul form. They are observing what you are observing. And you are all here on this journey together. Those that take care of the mountain, those of the monks that wear the robes, are now coming to each of you to gather this which you thought was you, gathering this clothing, if you will, that you once wore, and now taking it to an altar. They are taking this clothing as you come along and observe, and they are placing it on an altar. It is here that, like the phoenix, you are made new. As that which you once were is placed in the sacred place at the base of this mountain and overseen by Vishnu, you witness a flame arising from that which once was you. There is no fear, there is only release, knowing that these shadows, these older parts that you brought with you for so long, are now being released. As you continue to look, all becomes ash. Take a deep breath and release. And out of the ash pokes out a small little phoenix. That which is birthing anew. This bird will be with you on your journey from here on out. Greet this little bird. And breathe. You know, as you look into its eyes and see its wings spread, that there are reasons why and when it is time to let go. Let go of what you've been hanging onto for so long and embrace the new. Welcome to the new you. Welcome. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. You thank Vishnu for being here on your journey. And you start to walk back to where you first started, leaving the Himalayas behind, but knowing that you can go back at any time. Breathe in. Slowly start to feel your body. Wiggle your toes, move your hands, start to move. Notice the room around you and open your eyes. And take a moment and feel right now with your eyes open. Feel the Himalayas. Feel the mountain. Do you feel lighter? Did you get an answer to the question, who are you? I can tell you of what I got a sense for. When there's nothing left, when we release the personality, someone asks, who are you? Hey, nice to meet you. And they're trying to find out what you're about. An automatic response is, oh, yeah, I work in computers. Or, yeah, there's this restaurant, really great food. I work over there. We talk about the skills we have. We talk about the job we have. We talk about if we're a mother or a father or a grandfather or grandmother. But who are you, really? When all those things have dropped away, when it is your last breath, and your last breath comes in very much like your first breath, by the way. Who are you? What remains? That which remains is the trueness of who you are, the vastness, the expansiveness of who you are on a daily basis. We live our lives playing out different roles, participating in a theater of life. Who are you authentically? What do you bring to the table? What is your legacy, and what will you leave behind for humanity to assist in the energetic shift that is currently happening? What will you leave behind? How will you possibly treat others today if this was your last day here? What would you do? How would you speak? Would you see someone with the eyes of Source? Would you hear someone speaking with the ears of God? Would you speak with the voice of all that there is? What would change for you in how you go about your life? Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look at the comments. All right. It's okay if you came in late. This will be recorded. It'll be available tomorrow. It usually takes a day to show up, basically, and for me to unlock it and then add all the details. But if you're just here now, come back to it. If you're here now, it's because you're ready to release certain things. And there could be things you've been holding onto for a while. I've had to ask the same questions. This could be basic things in life. This could be a relationship of some sort. This could be habits. These could be addictions. Besides what came through for you to let go of as you went around Mount Kailash, there might have been more things that came up for you. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a suggestion because someone gave me this yesterday. They were watching a series on TV, and I don't remember what it was called. But there was this part where there was a small headstone, and there was a box, and there was 2 pieces of paper in there. And the instructions for the person that found the box was to take 1 piece of paper and write down all the beliefs that anyone has ever put on them, all the sayings, and in this case, it was someone who was a pro golfer, right? It was really strange because it was in like a Western theme. But what came through in that movie was, it was kind of that question, who are you? And what will you leave in your legacy here? And to write down all of the stories that people told about you, the stories that you believed when others told you that were not true. And what I'm going to add to it is the stories that you tell yourself, that you take on as truth, that might not actually be true. Some examples, let me see. When someone says they can't do this or that, or they're not good at this or that, so they don't try. Or they don't try and find out how. Sometimes this is true. There are qualities that we all have that we're like great at. And then there are other qualities that are a little bit challenging. Like we often seek others to kind of help us out. I do that with my technology stuff. But it doesn't mean that I don't try and to seek out the information and get a better understanding of things. But many times people are like, oh, I can't do that. Or I'm not going to eat that. Why won't you eat that? Oh, it's disgusting. Like, oh, you've had it before. No, I haven't. It just looks disgusting. Something I'd always tell a family member of mine, I said, hey, I'm going to have you try this. And they'd be, I don't like it. I'm like, okay. But I'm going to ask you to try things in life. I'm going to ask you to try things, and as long as they don't cause harm to you in a physical or emotional way, I'm going to ask you to give it a try. And then give me a legit answer of whether you like that thing or not. So, if you feel called to do so, get a piece of paper, get 2 pieces of paper, write down every story, even the stories that you've told hundreds of times, almost gossip stories, or stories about yourself, stories that people have said, this is what you are. And when you were younger, you'd often know, and you'd be like, I'm not that. That's not who I am. But they would say, you are this. Or you'd have someone that you respected that said, you are this, and you believe them. And somewhere down the line, you realize that no, that's not me at all. Write them down. and then bury them. This is part of the death, right? You can cremate them if you like. And then on the other piece of paper, I invite you to write down that which feels more true in your heart of who you are. There's that which you are as a soul, and that which you are as a soul can be applied to that you are as human here, living this experience. Breathe in and breathe out. So if you haven't noticed already, depending on if I'm breathing with you, if we're taking these journeys, or what subject matter is coming up in the topics, or ones that I bring up that come up for me, there is a vibration and a tone in my voice. The reason that I ask you to breathe with me is because there is a type of quantum healing that occurs through the vibration in my voice. Don't ask me how or why. I've just been told that that is what occurs, and I'm here to make it available for all of you through these journeys, through this breath. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me here today at 11:11 Pacific time. I'm glad that even though we were talking about death, this was a little bit of a lighter scenario, and we got more of a chance to kind of breathe some things out, leave some things behind, and give you some tools that you can apply in your life. And maybe, just maybe, I will be juggling for you tomorrow at 11:11 Pacific time as I'm waiting for people to kind of get on this live. Let me see if there's anything else in the comments. You're cold now because of the Himalayas. Yes, I noticed that my breath was getting more shallow, almost like climbing up a mountain. You know how the elevation, there's less oxygen up there. Okay, some people are a little sleepy, that's okay. People are known to actually fall asleep during some of these journeys. And what you have to remember is you're still getting the benefits from the journey. It's just that how your body works, sometimes the mind gets in the way. And so when people get sleepy or fall asleep, it's a time for that mind to be out of the way, and then your other aspect of you, that higher soul aspect, is able to absorb on a subconscious level those things that you are releasing at that time. Let me see here. I've got two dogs right here with me now. They're kind of yin and yang. One is black and one is white. One is Maisie and the other one is Laddie. I wish I could do my lives here more often. It'd be kind of fun. All right, I'm just using my friend's space because the last couple times when I was deciding to go in my car, my signal was not that great, and I knew today was important. Hello. You're a Native American medicine man from California. Greetings. Good to have you here. People here who like McDonald's. Sorry, man, I'm not a McDonald's fan. My whole way of eating has changed drastically in the last couple years. Okay. Spiritual alignment. I'm glad you guys are doing well here. We've got some lion fighters. Well done, guys. And some alligator fighters. Crocodile Dundee. Cheers from Florida. All right. Welcome and adieu to all of you. I love you, and as always, we are one. One heart, one breath, one voice, unified and connected. We will be creating a community. It's coming along. I will soon have the ability to gain emails from you guys and let you know what I'm going to be offering in those community settings. So it's going to be a pleasure to have all of you there and actually see your wonderful faces on a Zoom call. And just see from where all you guys are from. Love it. Yes, it's come up a few times. If you want to donate in any way, there will be a link on some of these recordings. Thank you. I appreciate you. One of the best ways you can assist me is by sharing this video for someone you think would appreciate it. Someone that might be going through some difficult, shadowy times. This might help them release those kinds of things. And encourage them to join us live, because there's a lot of people out there that feel alone. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone. When you gather here and you gather in group, the energies accumulate as well, and there are benefits for all. North Carolina's here. Great to have you here. Check me out on the replay. It's not always this chill. Sometimes it's chill, sometimes it's laughing, sometimes, yeah, there's a lot that happens on this channel. I don't plan it. I just get a little sense of what comes along. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. See about writing those things down. Things you want to release and bury. And those things that are the trueness of who you are. And then carry the trueness of who you are as a reminder with you. You can put it in your phone. You can put it on some paper. You can keep it in your house. You can write it on a mirror. I invite you to write on a mirror. I had a friend who did that once and would write affirmations and see them in the morning as she got up. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of the day.